What's up, guys? Nerdy Perkins here, coming to you from the decks of the world, and today we're going to be looking at the remaining blue cards for Romance Dawn, the One Piece trading card game, set 1. And yeah, we got a decent amount of cards. We're just going to hop right into it, I think. Here's the full kind of list. You can kind of get a look, but like I said, we're just going to jump right in, go one by one. And we will start with Arlong. He is 4 cost, 5,000 power, counter 1,000. And he's an interesting one. Dawn ×1, you activate main. You may rest the character, choose one card from your opponent's hand and reveal it. If the revealed card is an event, place one card from your opponent's life area at the bottom of the owner's deck. So this is a pretty good blue card. Yeah, no, you're beginning you can be getting at the player's life by just hoping that they have an event card and, be better against probably other blue decks that are more likely to have more event cards. But yeah, I'll be curious to see how the play with this. It's definitely going to be a useful card. As I said, you can't, it's not like you can just rip into the life like willy-nilly. You have to it's kind of luck based, which is, it's an interesting card. Going to be fun to play with. And it's interesting they chose kind of blue to have some of the, what do you call them, the East Blue enemies in the mix, which is cool. And we'll see that with the next one, I'm pretty sure. Or no, Vergo's next. So we have Vergo and just vanilla, 5 cost, 7,000 power, counter 1,000. And, I was hoping for something like a blocker or something interesting with Vergo, but I imagine if we get like a Dressrosa thing or something, we might get him with a different kind of build. And that's what I'm kind of seeing with a few of the vanillas, that it's like, cool, I think we're getting vanillas in this set, and then they can kind of, do another one with added effects later on. But for now, this is good art and an interesting card, And then we have, he's not even labeled as Dawn Krieg. He's just Krieg, part of the Krieg Pirates, and another vanilla, 4 cost, 6,000 power. The art's really good though. So, and you got Baratier in the background. But yeah, not a lot to say about it, but other than the art's really cool and it's a common, so you'll probably be getting a few of these. All right, and we have Gekko Moria. I'm curious if this is going to get an ult at all. We've seen some of the other warlords getting ult arts that you'll see later on. This one might be, but this art's pretty good. I don't really, it's not like it's something that I feel would be needed. I like this card even when it got revealed. I think if we get a holo of it, it's gonna look really good, especially with all these bats. Like their trails will have some effects. But in yeah, 4,000 power, 4 cost, 5,000 power. Your turn. If you have 5 or more cards in your hand, this character gains double attack. No, it's gonna be a useful card to have, and I think they purposely kind of made him a little powerful because he's one that once it's in the trash, you're not gonna be able to get him back out using your other Moria. And we'll see cards later on that let you draw cards, so you get this down, and even if your hand's a little low, maybe you're able to trigger some stuff to fill out your hand and get it up to 5 to trigger this guy's ability. All right, and this is one we've got a confirmed alt art for. It is Mihawk, not very surprising, and it's a really good. Sorry, the image is so blurry, but we didn't get like the full reveal. We just kind of got like a shot with like 4 other cards. And I have examples of those. But this is really cool. It's Mihawk's first appearance. It's him on his coffin ship. I definitely want a copy of this. I think it's gonna be a really sick card. And yeah, so let's talk about the card itself though. 9 cost, 9,000 power, and on play, place one character with a cost of 7 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. Gonna be good, and it's like not even back to the hand, it's to the bottom of the deck. So, and it's 7 costs or less. This is a good one. Like in both these will look good in holo, so either one. I'm hoping they put some holo effects on the swords. And we've seen, I think in this here, I'll even pop it up. So we can see these are all the alts. You'll see we'll go through a couple of these. We see that some of the weapons, like Crocodile's, what do you call it? His hook hand is getting holo effect. So I'm really hoping the swords and stuff get some too. And we have Jinbe. This is an interesting one. He is 4 cost, 2,000 power. On play, one character with a cost of 3 or less. On play, place one character with a cost of 3 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. So a lower cost and a lower, like basically a smaller version of Mihawk, but it has a trigger that you can play it. So, gonna be a useful card. Get this played. get a 3 cost or less at the bottom. It'll be a good, it'll be a good one to throw in because you kind of have that trigger mix. But I don't know how well it'll fit into necessarily a blue deck. I mean, if you're doing a general blue deck, it'll be good, but he's not labeled as Warlord. This is actually technically Jinbe as a Straw Hat crew member, which he's in his Wano outfit, so that makes sense. I honestly thought this was going to be Jinbe's alt art or the red card, but now that we're seeing this, maybe we don't even see maybe we don't see that as an alt art in the main set. But this is a good card, gonna be useful. Definitely more useful as a trigger because you can kind of get it out without that 4 cost. But other than that. And we have Smiley. This one was revealed a little earlier on, but then the whole set got released. So I kind of was like, we'll just hold it off and talk about it all with Blue. And he has 3 cost, 1000 power. And his whole shtick is you add a Dawn to him, and this character gains 1000 power for each card in your hand. So we're seeing a lot having to do with the hand size with some of these. So this is probably going to be a good one to throw into the mix with Moria. And obviously with Caesar, who can bring out more Smileys. And yeah, no, this is going to be an interesting one to play with because, he theoretically can get like really, really, really powerful. And that works with Smiley. The idea is that he's made up of component parts. So the more of him that's collected up, the bigger he is. Makes sense. Works. And the art's really, really cool. You can kind of see the people getting frozen. And yeah, you can kind of see the ice part and the fire part of Punk Hazard. Very good representation of Smiley in general. All right, now we have Don Quixote do Flamingo, and people aren't liking this art. I guess I get it. It's very, very, very stylized. But I'm not minding it as much. To each their own. 3 cost, 4000 power, 1000 counter, and he is a blocker. And you can on play look at the 5 cards at the top of your deck and return them to the top or bottom of the deck in any order. Sorry. Good low cost blocker, and the alt art is amazing. Definitely what you're gonna want to try to get because the stranger when it's hollow. And yeah, definitely something you're gonna throw into a Warlord deck, specifically Don Quixote, because he's gonna play. You play this, and then you can reorganize your cards, get whatever you want at the top, and then Doflamingo's ability, take that top card and play it. So good synergy with the Doflamingo leader makes perfect sense, and it's kind of him pulling out exactly the puppet he needs to use, that kind of thing. Doflamingo looking good. Gonna be fun to build a Warlord deck around, I am pretty sure. Then we have one of the more interesting cards of the entire set. We have the Pacifista. And you may have more than 4 copies of this card in your deck. So basically, you want to be that crazy person who comes with a deck of 50 Pacifistas? I guess all the power to you. Though I'm sure there's someone who's going to build a deck that has 40, maybe not 42 Pacifistas, but 30 Pacifistas, 4 Kuma, 4 Sentimaru, and then some events or whatever that can kind of balance stuff out and just do a crazy blocker deck. I mean, I think it'd be certainly something you could try. It'd be very interesting. But yeah, no, like I said, we have our Pacifista. It's gonna be a fun card to play with, I think. There's gonna be some interesting things going on here, I think. Also, just this art, I know I've talked about it in a previous video, but just how it looks like the rumbling, and it looks like it's supposed to be in Marineford, pretty sure. This is really good, really good. I'm excited to get one. I'm glad it's a common, so hopefully we'll be able to get a bunch and be able to build that Pacifista deck. And we have Boa. This is another one with a alt art, not very surprising. We have this adorable, I actually really like the normal art. I wouldn't mind getting it. She's so cute. And she is 4 costs, 5000 power, 1000 counter, and she's a blocker. Dawn ×1 when attacking or on block. Draw a card. If there are 5 or less cards in your hand, really, really, really good card. Because you can do it when attacking, you can do it on blocking. You can send it, maybe you get a few blockers on, you have her attack, and then you bounce her back to your hand to have her be safe. Something weird like that. I don't know how much use that will actually have. And then the alt art's looking really, really good. Gonna be fun. Either of these in Hollow are going to be cool. You can see kind of how they'll probably add some extra little, the sparkles will be shiny, and a little glow on her will probably have a little bit of shine to it. Very nice. We have Miss Double Finger or Zala. She's a 3 cost, 4000 power, 1000 counter. This is basically rounding out your Brockworks deck. KO, draw a card. I'm curious to see what people are going to be doing for like a Brockworks deck, because there's not as many characters I thought we would maybe get for Brockworks. So I'm wondering if the idea is going to be that you do a lower character deck, and then you have more, you kind of have a more equal balance of character to event cards, because Crocodile has so much play with events. And then if you do the purple, maybe throw in some of those purple cards that have a little bit more utilization. Like I said, I think it's going to be very interesting to see like what a pure blue Baroqueworks deck is going to look like versus a purple Baroqueworks deck. Going to be very interesting, because theoretically, yeah, I think some of the stuff, theoretically, you could even just be pulling event cards from purple too, if you don't want to use any characters. So I think I think Baroqueworks decks are going to be very dynamic and going to have a lot going, at least when it comes to purple, maybe not as much with a pure blue Baroqueworks deck. Oh, we have Mocha. On the Discord, everyone was like, what is going on? Why? What? I love like the Deltron, who does the translations and makes, not the translations, he does the proxies. He was just like, why is this child 5,000 power? And I was just like, she's a big girl, very big girl. So yeah, if you don't know, she is a giant, or at least she was a young girl who has been giantified or whatever, been embiggened. I don't know. Caesar made her big, basically. And yeah, there's not much more to say. She's a 3 cost, 5,000 power, 1,000 counter. It's Mocha. I'm surprised she's here, but you know, it's a card. And we have Overheat. This is going to be a Don Quixote event. Counter your leader or one of your characters gains 4,000 power during this turn. Then return 1 active character with a cost of 3 or less to its owner's hand. So it could be your hand, or it could be your character, could be the opponent's character. And you have a trigger, return 1 character with a cost of 4 or less to the owner's hand. So this is a solid one. It's a 2 cost. You have that crocodile in blue that can make it a 1 cost instead. So this is going to be a good one, especially in a Warlords. Maybe you skip on it for the for a Baroqueworks, but I think it would still work, honestly. And the artwork's looking good. We got Luffy. This looks like it's Dressrosa when Doflamingo's attacking with Overheat. Still continue to choose good paneling for the event cards. Cool. We have a 1 cost. So this is our 1 cost counter. So that theoretically, I think that crocodile card can it make it, if you think this crocodile card, the crocodile card that subtracts 1 from the cost, could make this a 0 cost. If I'm not incorrect, is really good. You counter your leader, one of your characters gains 2,000 power during this battle. Then look at 3 cards from the top of your deck and return them to the top or bottom of your deck in any order. And then it's draw 2 cards and trash 1 from your, oh, okay, so you draw, I thought it was going to be your opponent's hand. It's your hand. Okay, you draw 2 cards, remove 1, so you get a card, you get a card draw if you trigger it. This is a solid one, 100% when you throw into a Baroqueworks deck. Probably when you throw into a Warlords deck too. This is a really, really good card. This is a really good low cost card. Low cost counter card. And we have our last card. This is a 3 cost counter, which I don't think we've seen that, which once again, it makes sense that blue has 1, 2, 3, because we have a lot of 2s, a lower, just 1, 1, and you have the 3, and you have the crocodile that can make it a 2, so all kinds of good stuff. So counter, if your leader has the 7 Warlords C type, so this can work with either crocodile or Doflamingo, return 1 character with a cost of 5 or less to your owner's hand. So this is specifically, like I said, you can throw it into a Baroqueworks because, it works that way. But you can also use it as a 7 Warlords card. This is really good. Once again, continuing to choose very good art from the manga. And this is common. That's common. And the 1 cost is rare. That's actually not too, or no, the 1 cost is uncommon, then Overheat is rare. That's how it is. But this is still a good card. Definitely something you're going to use in blue. Like I said, I think blue is going to be really like more heavy event. I think the ratio in a blue deck is probably going to be, you probably want to do like, because I've been doing like 10 to 12. So you might want to raise that to like, anywhere from like 16 to 20. I don't know. I'm still going to play with it. If you have an opinion or have a thought on the, the correct balance of event cards. Like I said, a lot of the characters in blue have some kind of play with events. So not a lot, a few, a good handful. No, like I said, it's looking good. All right, and the lawn work is getting close, so I'm going to wrap up here very quickly. We have, I'm just popped up the full list. Yeah, this is all our blue. Hopefully, I'm gonna get started working on purple, and I will try to have that up tomorrow. Looking at the rest of the purple cards. And a big thank you to everyone at the One Piece trading card game Discord, specifically Deltron, Hibiki, and Helmsman Halepo. Not Helmsman Halepo. Why do I keep doing that? And Helmsman Helio for putting in so much work translating and making it possible to have these awesome proxies in English for us to start playing with, so we don't have to wait till the full release in December. If you liked what you're seeing here, give it a like. I do appreciate it. And subscription would be great. I'm hoping to maybe get up to 100 by the end of the week, and then I'm gonna probably do a live reaction on Sunday night to the new chapter that's gonna drop, because it's gonna be the first one in a month, and I've stayed almost basically unspoiled. I saw one little tab on the spoiler thread in the Discord, but I am now going to be avoiding that place because I want to try. I'm gonna now that we're starting back up after a month break, I think I'm going to try to rip off the band-aid and not do spoilers. Anyway, I'm just babbling now at this point. Like I said, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.